So in this video, we're going to talk about injury prevention. Now, the good news is there are not many injuries that are caused by rope jumping. It's pretty rare, so we're happy to report that. However, you can get hurt doing just about anything, right? And the first thing that we want to talk about is the surface you jump on. So Shana is standing on this beautiful rubberized surface, and to her left is a track which is also rubberized. So guys, the main thing is avoid super hard surfaces like cement if you can. Asphalt's a little better. Avoid uneven surfaces like grass where you can turn an ankle. Okay. Secondly, footwear. So Shana's got some nifty sneaks, and I can't actually see the brand, but she's going to tell us.
These are Brooks.
Brooks, okay. Brooks and lots of other companies make pretty awesome shoes. And the main thing is you want them to fit well, right? So snug in the midfoot, a little extra space in front of the longest toe, so that you have breathing room and you don't jam your toes into the front of the shoe, and then a snug heel. So we are not gonna stand here and tell you, oh, get Asics, get Adidas. No, get the shoe that fits you and that feels good, okay? And when you go shoe shopping, go at the end of the day, because that's when your foot is largest. All right. Next, other injuries.
You're blessed with perfect feet. You don't have weak arches. You can wear, a minimal shoe if you're not going to jump a lot. But
Exactly.
you jump a lot, you jump on asphalt, you need some support.
You need some support, absolutely. And then the next thing to be concerned about is volume, right? So if you're only jumping for a few minutes a day with good footwear on a good surface, you probably have absolutely nothing to worry about. But if you're like Shana or myself and you are jumping a lot, then that impact is going to add up, and you have to be a little bit more prudent. Particularly about recovery, and also about strengthening the weak links in your body. So ankles, knees, hips, calves in particular take a real beating. Shana's going to show you just a few simple exercises that will strengthen some of the areas that are going to have to work hard with rope jumping. So the first one is a heel raise, and that's to strengthen the calves, and you're going to be lifting those heels and coming up onto the balls of your feet. And as you do this, you want to make sure that your weight is over the big toes and that you're not allowing the foot to roll out to the side. It's something we call supination. You do not want that. Yeah, that's what you don't want. You want to come straight up. So if you need a support, like a railing or a person, go for it, okay? All right. Now you can make this more intense, and this is assuming you have the strength, by going up onto one foot. So one foot is in the air, you're supported by the other leg, and you're doing the same movement, which is lifting that heel. Much, much harder. Okay, another area that folks complain about sometimes is the shins. And shin splints are no fun, I can tell you from experience. I don't know if Shana's had them, but they suck.
And the posterior kind.
Okay, that's also no fun. So to strengthen the muscle in the front, the anterior tibialis, you want to do the opposite, which is to lift your toes. So now your toes are coming towards your shins, and Shana's able to stabilize here without holding on to anything, which is great. And for a lot of us, we're going to feel a burn pretty quickly maybe in 10-15 seconds. It's not pleasant, but it's an indication that you need to work those muscles. So those are just a few very simple exercises. Now, other areas of concern would be the knees, particularly if you have a history of knee issues. Maybe you had an ACL repair, maybe you had torn meniscus, maybe you have poor mechanics in your landings or in your squats, or maybe you're kicking back so you're adding impact. But it's beyond the scope of this video to get into depth about knees. It's a very complex subject, but suffice it to say, you want to strengthen everything that surrounds that joint, and that's quads, hamstrings, glutes, right? The adductors, your hip muscles, intrinsic foot muscles, basically everything, arches, etc., everything that contributes to stabilization. So those are really the areas of concern. Could you have issues with your shoulder or your wrist? Yeah, of course you could, but 99% of the folks we work with don't. It's typically going to be something in the lower body. So be mindful, be smart, especially with progression, right? If you haven't jumped before, don't do an hour your first time out. We recommend you increase volume no more than 10% each week.
Use resting moves.
And
you can extend your workout. You do a little bit of jumping and then you do swinging. You can look up our resting move videos.
There you go.
Swing, any little goofy thing you want to do.
Yeah, rest is key.
Listen to whether you're getting fatigued. Stop and then start again.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Please subscribe to our channel and visit us at punkrope.com. And happy jumping. We'll see you next time.